פרק ז', פסוק כ"ט in Kohelet. לבד ראה זה מצאתי, אשר עשה האלוהים את האדם ישר, והמה ביקשו חשבונות רבים. אומר שלמה המלך, however, look what I found. Meaning we spoke yesterday about אחד מאלף מצאתי, ואישה בכל אלה לא מצאתי. So the last Durush, the way we explain the pasuk is, Shlomo HaMelech, he praises the woman because we see how they acted by Het HaEgel. Nobody sinned ever. No woman sinned by Het HaEgel. And by the way, once we mentioned this, no woman also sinned by the Het HaMeraglim. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Can I get a Chumash, please? Let's open to Parashat Shelach. Yeah. On page 418. Once the Meraglim came back Erev Tish'a B'Av, so they gave a bad report, and they said to Am Yisrael, how bad is Eretz Yisrael? And Am Yisrael's response was Pasuk Aleph, Perek Yudalet Pasuk Aleph. Rafi B'Chapot, Batisa, לא שומע.
ותשא כל העדה ויתנו את קולם ויבכו העם בלילה ההוא.
So מה הבנת?
ויבכו כל הלילה, תשא את קולם, הם הרימו את הקול שלהם.
ויבכו העם בלילה ההוא. So the Am Yisrael cried that night. Why did they cry? That's the gift Hashem wants to give us, Eretz Israel. We're going to go to a country that's going to be so dangerous for us. We're going to lose our families. They cried and cried and cried. What was the decree? Maya, what was the punishment? So if we're going to turn to page 421. Page 421, Mitch.
Yes.
Pasuk Chavtet.
במדבר הזה יפלו פגריכם ויכול פיקודיכם ולכל מספרכם ובין 20 שנה ומעלה אשר הריותם עליי.
אומר הקדוש ברוך הוא that the punishment is going to be that you're all going to die in the midbar, in the desert, from age 20. And we know that every year on Tish'a B'Av 15,000 people would die every single year. Okay, 15,000 people would die every single year. Why? It was because they cried for no reason. You cry for no reason, Hashem says, I will give you a reason to cry, Be'emet. So who died? Here it says the people who cried, which is the Am. If we're going to turn to page 463, on page 463, Pasuk Samech Gimel Pasuk Samech Dalet. It says, Ele pekudei Moshe ve'Elazar HaKohen asher pakedu et bnei Yisrael ba'arvot Moab al Yarden Yericho. Moshe Rabbeinu and Elazar HaKohen, they counted Am Yisrael by Arvot Moab, which was by the Jordan borders, before Am Yisrael entered Eretz Yisrael. But it says, ובאלה לא היה איש מפיקודי משה ואהרון הכהן אשר פקדו את בני ישראל במדבר סיני. 40 years ago, Moshe Rabbeinu and Aharon, they counted Am Yisrael also in the beginning of the journey. when Am Yisrael they were in the Midbar, the first time that Moshe Rabbeinu counted Am Yisrael, it was with Moshe and Aharon together. 40 years after, we see who's counting Am Yisrael again, Moshe and Elazar. Omeret Hatorah, the Torah tells us that when Moshe and Elazar counted the people, it was not the same people that Moshe and Aharon counted. Why? Because those men, what happened to them? They all died. So 40 years after, we got new numbers, new people, totally new people. Why? Because 40 years ago, till now, all that generation, they all died. Now, the Torah says, "Ube'ele lo haya ish." When Moshe Rabbeinu and Elazar now, the second time, when they counted Am Yisrael, there was no man. What does it mean, lo haya ish? Mi pekudei Moshe. There was no man that was counted then, and also now. There was no man. Omer Rashi, Avi Heber, Bechavud, Omer Rashi, Ube'ele lo haya ish.
אבל על הנשים לא נגזרה גזירת המרגלים לפי שהן היו מחבבות את הארון. הארץ.
Hazak u'baruch. It says here that lo haya ish, there was no man from that generation because they all died, but not the woman. Lo haya ish, aval isha, aval a woman, they were all there. Why? Because no woman complained about going to Eretz Israel. Meaning, when we read Parashat Shelach, that Vayivku ha'am ba'layla hahu, when we learned that the people, Am Yisrael, cried that night, it was only the man and not the woman. The ladies did not cry. You know why? Hayu mehabevot et haaretz. They loved Eretz Israel. And guess what? The men died, and the wives didn't. Let me finish. So, why? It was a punishment for the men and not the woman. But here comes the question. Okay, so the men got punished. They died in the desert, and not the woman. But at the end of the day, all the wives, they end up being widows. So what kind of a reward is it? You hear the question, Isaac? Okay, Hashem did not punish all the wives towards tzadikot. They were great women. But at the end of the day, they were widows. Almanot. So what exactly is the Torah telling us? Omer Harav Alav Shalom, that's the greatest of the woman. And even though they lost their husband, they did not complain. You hear this? Even though they lost their husbands, they did not complain. That's how great were the women, the wives. Yes, the man complained and Hashem punished them. What? Hashem punished, they died. But indirect, who are you punishing also? The woman, the wives. The answer is no wife complained. לכן אומרת התורה שהיו הנשים מחבבות את הארץ. They loved Eretz Israel, and when Hashem punished their husband, they were quiet. So just hide the class of yesterday and add to that class that piece. Whoa! Now we know. מה זה כתוב? ואישה בכל אלה לא מצאתי. לא מצאתי אישה שחטאה בעגל. I did not find any woman who sinned in the egel, in the golden calf. ולא מצאתי אישה, and I did not find any woman that complained when the husband complained. Add to that even when the husband got punished and they died, and the woman became a widow, yet they did not complain. That's how great are the women. זה מה שכתוב. אבל אומר שלמה המלך בפסוק כ"ט, לבד, however, but, ראה זה מצאתי, look what I found, אשר עשה האלוהים את האדם, הקדוש ברוך הוא, he made the human being. Who is that? אדם הראשון. אשר עשה האלוהים את האדם, הקדוש ברוך הוא created אדם הראשון. How did he create him? ישר, straight, יצר טוב, only good. הקדוש ברוך הוא created האדם הראשון ישר, straight. His mindset was so straight, he shouldn't do any sin. אבל והמה. What does it mean hema? What does it mean hema?
From here
And
on.
them, and they.
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 Who is they? אומר רש"י בהמה, אומר רש"י. משנזדווגה לו חווה אשתו, ונעשו שניים ונקראו המה. So who's hema? Adam and Hava, his wife. והמה ביקשו חשבונות רבים. אומר רש"י, מזימות ומחשבות של חטא. Before Hava came into this picture,
It was good.
הקדוש ברוך הוא created אדם הראשון ישר. Once Hava came to the picture, now Adam and his wife together עושים כל מיני חשבונות. They did, calculation. Adam אומר לאשתו, Adam says to his wife, הקדוש ברוך הוא said, we should not eat from the knowledge tree. That's a da'at. Beautiful. And what happened after having? The snake came and spoke to Hava. And she told the snake, well, God said, don't touch the tree. And the snake tells Hava, what are you talking about? You know why he told you to do what he told you? Why God told you so? Because he doesn't want to have any competition. No competitive, nothing. He doesn't want to have any competition in his business. What do you mean? And he tells her, God ate from this tree and he became so wise. And he created the world after. It's because of this tree. And he doesn't want to have any competition. And that's why he tells you, don't eat from that tree. But what you have to lose? You can eat. And you can also become a god. Oh, yeah? But he said, don't touch. Ma'asa nahash. Boom. He pushed her to the tree. Are you still okay? Are you still alive? Yeah. Did you die? No. So what's the worry? Makes sense. And she ate from the fruit. And after she ate from the fruit, I'm going to die. And my husband is going to get married to a second wife, a different wife? No. You're going to have to die with me together. She came to him, Habibi, here's a fruit salad. I don't want it. No, I don't want it. You better. Hazal tell us, hikta oto. Do you know what she did to Adam HaRishon? Natan HaMakot. Miskin, the first abusive husband. First one was Adam HaRishon. דברי הרב ודברי התלמיד, דברי מי שומעים? אז תרביץ בחזרה. תרביץ בחזרה.
אסור, תמיד האשימו את הגבר.
כי הוא לא הרביץ חזרה. כי הוא לא הרביץ חזרה.
אישה, איך הוא ירביץ את האישה? אבל אם אם אתה
הוא
היום...
לא הרביץ בסוף
אם
הרגע
היום-
אותו.
רגע, אם אתה היום... אשתך באה מנצחה, נתת בחזרה, בא הפוליס לוקח לך את הבית,
זה ברוך
אתה
השם,
לא-
that's
אתה לא-
because
אתה
we
לא
live
רוצה
in
את זה.
America. And that's why.
You need this.
If you go back to Lebanon, מה קורה שם? מה קורה בלבנון? It's one-way ticket over there. חזק וברוך. Right, exactly.
You cannot blame them.
I never blame anybody, but I'm just telling you facts. It says, שחווה הכתה את אדם הראשון. Yeah? You want to hear something?
הוא נענש, זה מה שמבין, למה הוא נענש? הוא צריך להענש. הוא צריך להכות אותה בחזרה.
לא הבנתי. מה, בגלל שהיא מרביצה אז תחלל שבת? אני לא מבין אותך. יואב שיטה זו, חביבי, let's take the car, we're gonna have to go to the beach שבת.
עם מכה אולי...
וואי.
וואי.
You're lucky Marco is not here, רפי. יאללה, נמשיך. Anyway,
הוא היה איתי אם הוא היה.
כן. יום אחד אתה פרייר, נמשיך. Anyway, so it says here, והמה וקשו חישבונות רבים. פתאום, thoughts came into their minds. And that's what Shlomo HaMelech says. Before Habai came into this picture, Adam HaRishon was straight. היה ישר. הקדוש ברוך הוא created the Adam ישר. והמה, and they started to look for loopholes and tricks and all the problems. And from this pasuk we learn, שהקדוש ברוך הוא, he created us. Yesharim, perfect. But we starts to think crooked, and that's where we end up in other places in earth. אתה הבנת? יפה מאוד. So, אומר שלמה המלך, that a person has to be careful not to fall into this trap של אישה שיכולה חס ושלום to take you to a different and a wrong path in life. Are we getting this clear? Besides you, we're getting this clear, right? יפה מאוד. פרק ח' פסוק א', מי כהחכם ומי יודע פשר דבר, חוכמת אדם תאיר פניו ועוז פניו ישונה. Now, פרק ח' שלמה המלך is gonna, at least this pasuk talks about the greatness of a wisdom, ma'alat ha'chokhmah, the greatness of a wise man. And then Be'ezrat Hashem is going to connect, he's gonna tell us in the next psukim about honoring kings and keeping mitzvot and keeping the laws of the country. So before we're gonna get there, I want to start. Mi ke'hacham, Omer Rashi, mi ba'olam hashuv ke'adam hacham. Steve, how do you understand this line? Omer Rashi, mi ke'hacham, mi ba'olam hashuv ke'adam hacham. How do you understand this line, Steve?
He's saying that truly a wise person are the important people.
So he says over here that someone who is wise man, someone who is smart, a smart man is very respected. You honor him very much. We look up to the people who are very wise men, people. But someone who's wise man, we look up to him. Why? He has something that I could learn from him. ואומר שלמה המלך, תקשיבו טוב, מי כהחכם ומי יודע פשר דבר, and who knows the solutions of problems. There is problems in life, and you can find a way to solve the problem. יודע, ורש"י מוסיף, כמו שמצינו בדניאל, מתוך חוכמתו שהיה חכם ביראת שמיים, נתגלו לו רזי פשרין. Do you remember the dreams of Nebuchadnezzar Rasha? Do you guys remember the stories? He had a dream, And he woke up in the morning, he told his servants
They can interpret it.
to tell him the dream and to tell him the meaning of the dream. And they told him, Your Honor, tell us the dream, and we're going to tell you the meaning of the dream. And he was so mad. ומה הוא אמר? להוציא אותם להריגה, take them out and kill them. You're getting support from the governments to serve me when I need you. And now when I need you, you're not here to help me? What does it mean that I have to tell you the dream? And he didn't remember the dream. But he knew when he woke up in the morning, his heartbeat was terrible. כמו פעמון, כבל, בום 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 בום, ככה כתוב בחז"ל. You saw a bell, boom boom, ככה היה הלב שלו. He wakes up in the morning and his heart was going nuts, crazy. So who was there to save everybody from the king? Daniel. Daniel comes to the king and tells him, give me some time and I will tell you your dream and the meaning of the dream. And what happened? David went to his friends, Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, and he told them to pray. And he prayed to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he asked Hashem, please help me. You know why? Because he was next in line to get also killed. והתפלל Hashem, and Hashem came to him in his dream and told him Nebuchadnezzar's dream and the message. The next morning he gets up, he goes to the king, and he tells them the dream. And he tells them the meaning, and he tells them the message of the dream. Wow. How did it happen? You know how? Omer Rashi, mitoch chochmato shaya chacham birat shamayim. Because not only he was just chacham, period. Waya chacham birat shamayim. He had birat shamayim, and he was smart. Therefore, Omer Rashi, nidgalu lo razeh pishrim. Because he was a very smart and yirat shamayim, Hashem revealed to him the secrets. So
he was smart.
He was
Ma?
smart before the Yirat Shamayim.
Smart, יראת שמיים.
Yeah.
It doesn't
לא,
contradict.
מה
It's not
פתאום?
the Yirat Shamayim
צריך
brought
להיות
him.
חכם כדי להיות...
בוודאי. I tell you the best example. אני רוצה להיות ירא שמיים. I want to be so ירא שמיים. And I want to do a tremendous hesed. And I want to host people in my house. If you don't have yirat shamayim, think, if you want to have yirat shamayim, but you're not so smart, you're going to mess it up. Let me give you the best example. Who is our role model in yirat shamayim, in achnasat orchim, in hosting people? Abraham Avinu. Watch how Abraham is hosting his own people. בוא נלך לפרשת וירא, page 45. Abraham Avinu is running to the guests and he's begging them, can you please come to my house? Right? Pasuk Dalid, בכבוד, Eric, יוקחנה. פסוק ה' Isaac. Okay, stop over here. Now let me ask you a question. If you want to host guests, they don't know you, you don't know them, and you want them to feel comfortable, what do we tell them? Feel
at home.
Feel at home. It's very nice to tell them, feel at home. Do they ever gonna go to your fridge and open some containers and eat and take?
No.
Would they?
No.
I'm asking you a question. Not supposed to? Would you? So no, they're not supposed to.
Not certain guests.
It's not a guest, it's a dumb. If I can invite you to my house and I can tell you, feel comfortable. Rabbi, thank you. And I'll see you going to the kitchen and opening the fridge. I will say something is up with this person. Yeah, but Rabbi, what do you mean? Didn't you just tell me to feel home? Normal people, even if you're going to tell them, I want you to feel comfortable, you're always going to feel not comfortable because it's not your house. Do you agree with me? I hope so. Now let's continue. Haverim Mekarim. So you're a guest. You know, Avi, I want to tell you something. I don't think you were ever a guest ever.
No.
You went to your friends. It's not a guest. Going to your friends' houses, that's not a guest. That's being your buddy. No, it's not true. You're not a guest. Go once to a place that you don't know the Baal Bayit. Zero. And let him host you on Shabbat.
Different hosts, there's different types of hosts.
Oh, you go figure it out. But I want you to go to a random person, go to Borough Park, yeah, and be a guest on Shabbat. If you want, I could hook you up with somebody.
Yeah.
And go, man, I want to see how would you going to feel there on Shabbat in the Borough Park. Yeah, you're not going to leave the house, or you're going to go out, and you're not going to come back. But I want you to feel what it is to be a guest, not a friend. The minute you're going to feel a guest, you're going to be shy. You'll be embarrassed. You're not going to feel, no matter what, you're never going to feel comfortable. Now, in mitzvah of Achnasat Orchim, it's not to give you food, period. The Torah wants you to take the guest and make him feel good. Don't make him feel hazit. Don't make him feel wait till you're ready to start your meal. The Torah wants you to, when you host somebody, Shlomo, the Torah wants you that you should make him feel good. But to make a guest feel good, it's not easy. Now watch this. Abraham Avinu, it sounds over here, something is, there's a question. Why it says by Pasuk Dalet, Abraham Avinu tells them, Yukachna ma'at ma'im, you take water. Rafi, why you take water? Why Abraham Avinu, he's not giving them the water? Where is your Chumash, my dear Shlomo? Good, that's the beginning. That's starting. Okay, you're going to get somewhere, Shlomo. Let's continue. Rabbi Yisai, the Torah says Abraham Avinu, when he came to the food, it says Abraham Avinu, he rushed. Ve'ela bakar ratz Abraham, Pasuk Het. If you could turn the page to Pasuk Het, to 46. ויקחם אבי חלב ובין הבקר אשר עשה וייתן לפניהם. רבי ישי, it says when he came to the food, Abraham Avinu gave them food. He ran to give them the milk and the butter and the meat. He gave them.
Was he testing them?
Why, when he came to the water, he tells them, you take. Abraham, if you're the biggest, if you're the pillar of Hesed and Achnasat Orchim, why Abraham Avinu did not give them also the water the same way he gave them the food? Rafi, do you hear the question?
Yeah, I hear the question. I have to get the answer.
I don't know the answer. Do you hear the question first?
I got to get why in the water they have to take themselves, and the food Abraham gave them.
Do you hear the question?
Yeah.
Omer Rabbi Shmuel, Mira Rosh Yeshiva. Rabbi Shmuel Ben Ram says the following pshat. Listen to this pshat. The Torah is teaching us over here how to host people. Imagine you're a guest and the Baal Bayit, the host, is the top guy. What a tzaddik. He gives you the drink. He pours you the drink into the cup. He gives you wine. He gives you bread. He takes the dips, puts it in any plate. He gives you chicken and the rice and the bizzar and he gives you everything. He wants to, such a Baal Hesed, and he gives you and he gives you and he gives you. Is that good or bad to have him? Why it's bad? How can he say to a Baal Hesed that he's bad?
When you overdo something, usually overdue.
It's overdue?
It's overdue. Yeah, because
Uncomfortable.
let them also decide what he wants, what he can. What you gotta give him.
You don't know if he
No.
wants
You're asking him.
Maybe they got,
You take his plate, you want chicken? Yes. You want rice? Yes. You put it, give. You want Coke? You give him Coke. You want pool label? Give you give him everything.
You're not making him
But
comfortable
no,
anymore.
you're not forcing him.
It's the
You're asking him, do you want A, B, C, D? And he gives everything to him. Is that something wrong?
you ask him and he tells you, yeah, give me this, give me this. I don't know.
He might feel
No,
better.
if you take
It's good or bad?
it's okay. It's not
It's
good.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Idan?
Bad.
It's bad. Why?
You're not making him comfortable.
Why?
Because he's not comfortable.
Why?
Because you pushed everything on top
You're
of
not
him.
giving
I
him
did not
freedom.
push.
You're not giving
See,
him
that's
freedom.
why I thought that.
What do you mean? Why?
You're not giving him freedom.
Why?
Like feel at home.
Tell
You
me,
put
Chubad,
yourself
somebody
yourself.
else himself.
He has to
You
give
want
it for himself.
When
That's how he
somebody
feels at
serves
home.
himself, he feels he'll tell me,
He's
Chubad, he's going to
always
take as
on
much
edge,
as he wants.
always. From the second he walked in, he's on
Tomorrow,
edge. You didn't allow him
much
to
nicer.
breathe.
Right. You didn't give him free range. Like,
Choice.
okay, go in the
It's like a
closet.
buffet or a plate up, Rabbi. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
fair.
it's much fun.
So you guys saying something amazing. Listen to this. I want my guests to feel home. I want them to feel comfortable. The Torah is teaching us how to host. When it comes to the food, there is a good piece of meat right there. Can you please give me the plate? It's not about- You want it, he's talking to you, and you talk to him. And
I see it.
Habibi, you send text him, come to me. And you want it. But you just don't feel comfortable to get up and to take it. But you want it. And that's it you took once. And you want again. You don't feel comfortable. Correct? How can you make a guest feel comfortable in your house? Listen to this. The Torah is telling us when it comes to the water, when it comes to drink, don't give him. Let him take. The minute he starts to move his hands by himself, when it comes to drink, it's okay. I want water to drink. It's okay. But when it comes to the food, you want, but you don't feel comfortable to get up and take. There, you, Mr. Baal Abayit, be smart enough. You go ahead and give him. Because if you're going to wait for him to take, he's going to be embarrassed. Rabotai, if you were never, ever a guest, you'll never, ever understand these feelings. We're going many times to cousins and friends and neighbors. That's not a guest. Guest is to go to a random family, you stay over Shabbat, and I want to feel what is to be a guest. That's called a guest. The Torah is teaching us, you know how to host a guest. When it comes to the food, you give him. When it comes to the drink, don't give him. Let him get up. Let him take. It's to give him the space.
Some freedom.
Get up and take. But when it comes to the food, they'll be very embarrassed. So you go ahead and help him by giving him food. Do you hear this? Now watch this, Rafi. To be Baal Hesed, if you're not smart, you're just gonna mess up. You have to know that to be Yerei Shamayim, you have to be so smart. Yerei Shamayim. Don't be dumb. You want to do a Hesed, the Torah is teaching us how to do a Hesed. Imagine you want to be the best Baal Hesed, and you give him food, and you give him the drink, and you give him Habibi. He feels tired. What are you doing? That's not a good feeling. So what do? You have to figure it out how to do it. For that, you got to be smart. Right then? Omeret HaTorah, Avraham Avinu, when he came to the water, he told him, you get up and take water. When it comes to the drink, you get up and take. That's how he's going to feel comfortable. By the drink, he gets up. By the food, you go ahead and give him. שמעתם? צריך להיות למדן. איך להיות ירא שמיים. You want to be Baal Hesed, you have to know how to do it. You hear this? In every mitzvah בתורה גם כן. יש מצוות. אדם חושב, wow, he's great. but he just embarrassed somebody in public. Ma'aseta. What do you mean? I meant. Good, you meant. But indirect, you just embarrassed him in public. Adam comes and needs your help. Right? He's shy. So if he's shy, I assume he wants your help quietly. But what do? You announce. You see this person? I helped him. You just turn his face red. What are you doing? What do you mean? I wanted to show, to help the guy. There is always how to do it. Don't say it loud. You're embarrassing him. Hatorah melamedet that if you don't have chokhmah, you cannot reach far in Yirat Shamayim. Yirat Shamayim, you have to be very smart. זה מה שאומר פה רש"י על דניאל. מה אומר רש"י? מתוך חוכמתו שהיה חכם ביראת שמיים. That's why נתגלו לו רזי פשרים. Do you know why Hashem revealed to him all the secrets? כי הוא היה חכם ביראת שמיים. That's why he was able to get this. שמעתם? הוא לא היה חכם period, היה חכם in יראת שמיים. And when a person who חכם ביראת שמיים, that's when HaKadosh goes ahead and gives him the secrets. Now watch this. So, מי יודע פשר דבר? Who knows to bring peace? מי יודע? מי שחכם. ומי זה? אומר רש"י, ומי כמשה. עושה פשרים בין ישראל לאביהם שבשמיים. משה רבנו was able to bring peace between Hashem and Am Israel. Why? Because he was very smart. I want to tell you a story. Gemara Masechet Pesachim on Navi Hosea. Has v'shalom, I'm not trying to put him down, but the Gemara brings something about the Navi Hosea. It says, no, okay, thank you. Haya Navi, his name was Hosea. Shlomo, can you give me please Terei Asa in back of you? Thank you. Hashem tells the Navi Hosea, Am Israel. What can I tell you? They I'm not so happy with them. How about that? Hello? Are we okay? אתה שומע רפי? אמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא לנביא הושע, עם ישראל עובדים עבודה זרה. They worship idols. אומר הקדוש ברוך הוא לנביא, שומע הנביא לאנשם, you know what? החליפם באומה אחרת. Which nations? Why should בחר בנו מכל העמים? Drop them, take a different people, that's it. Isaac, you hear the story? Hashem omer leHosea, the Navi, the prophet, the leader, Am Israel worship idols. מה נעשה איתם? They don't listen. Don't listen. החליפם באומה אחרת. Switch them. Omer Hashem lovely. Okay. So Hashem tells Hosea the following. You want to hear? It's a crazy story. You want to hear? Give me Pesachim Pezayin. I believe it's 2. So, אמר לו החליפם באומה אחרת. Switch nations. Okay. Steve, listen to this crazy story. אמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא, ויאמר, thank you, ויאמר השם אל הושע, קח לך אשת זנונים וילדי זנונים. Hashem tells him, there is, I'm explaining. You just came back from the flight, אתה, engine די נראה, משהו. Amalo, there is a woman here, קוראים לה Mrs. Gomer Bat Divlaim. That's her name. And she, Hashem Yishmor, she goes with men. Isha Zona. Isha Zona. Hashem tells Yoshea her name, and Hashem tells him, I want you to go and marry this woman. Ya Habibi, Isha Zona. Yes. Okay. Hashem said so. What do you got to do? Got to do? Okay. He goes to her. Would you marry me? She says, for sure. ומתחתן איתה. Hosea Hanavi end up marrying who? This woman, Mrs. Gomer Bat Divlaim. And Mabruk, not only is a Hatan, after 1 year, they got a baby boy. Wow. עושים ברית. ויקרא שמו Israel. Beautiful name. Okay? So, קראו לו Israel. Beautiful. And after that, Baruch Hashem, all baby. But this one is a baby girl. ויקרא שמה לא רוחמה. What a beautiful name, לא רוחמה. And then after, another baby. And this time is a baby. Baby.
Girl.
Twins.
Baby boy.
I said boy.
I didn't say no. All right? And his name is Lo Ami. Okay. Aboy Sai Omeret HaGemorah, listen to this. After him having 3 kids, 2 boys and 1 girl, and he loves his babies and he loves his kids. Amalo HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I want you to get divorced. Divorce from who? From your wife. Well, my wife? I have kids from her. How could I divorce her? We have kids. Amalo HaKadosh Baruch Hu leHosea.
Not so easy.
אשתך זאת זונה. ספק. This is your kid. Safek is your neighbor. What do you know? You're not so sure that this son is you for 100%. And I'm telling you, get divorced. How can I? My son. What's my son? It's your son. It's your neighbor. How do you know it's yours? And you cannot give her a get, right? And you telling me the children of Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Shani Yodea Shem Banai, they are my children. The children of Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Batameli, yalla, get divorced, give them a cat. Ah? Why? Kadosh Baruch Hu gave it to Hosea. But was one the best shepherd, the best leader, was Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu was just the opposite. הקדוש ברוך הוא tells משה רבנו, תראה מה עם ישראל עושים. מולו, מה אתה רוצה? עם ישראל, מה עשו? I'll give you the last piece. There's so much into it. אמר משה רבנו לקדוש ברוך הוא, after חטא העגל, ריבונו של עולם, what happened? Well, what happened? עם ישראל betrayed me. Betrayed you? What do you mean? I said, what do you mean? I just gave them Torah 40 days ago. Excuse me. ריבונו של עולם, I'm so sorry. You spoke to me. אתה אמרת לא יהיה לך אלוהים אחרים. אתה לא אמרת לא יהיה לכם. You spoke to me. What do you want from them? Rabbi say here how Moshe Rabbeinu is fighting for us. Moshe Rabbeinu is telling Amis Omer Hashem, ריבונו של עולם, what do you want from them? You told me on the mountain, Moshe, לא יהיה לך אלוהים אחרים. What does that do with that בכלל? You think it's done? Moshe Rabbeinu, who gets the Luchot, he comes down. He says, the Heta Egel Ma'asa. He took the Luchot, boom, he broke it. Abba Isai, if you're a mailman, and they give you to drop delivery, okay? You get to the house, you ring the bell, He doesn't answer. Oh yeah? You take it and you drop and you rip and you throw it to the garbage? Make sense?
No.
Moshe Rabbeinu. Is the Luchot belongs to Moshe? אני שואל אתכם רפי, הלוחות שייכים למשה? Why do you give him a jacket for? I'll give you also a pillow. הלכת למקום החם, פתאום לך קר עכשיו. Anyway, רבו ישי, let's finish. Moshe Rabbeinu, he gets Luchot. The Luchot belongs to Moshe?
No.
And who gave Moshe Rabbeinu permission to break the Luchot? Hashem never gave him permission to break the Luchot. Never.
break. No, to break. No,
I said to break.
No, I said he did.
If they don't exist, they didn't sin.
My Rabbi Yisai, Ba Hatan Bekala. Okay, Hatan writes Ketubah and everything is nice. After the Chuppah, Hashem Yishmor, the Kala goes there with a different man. The Hatan wants to choke her. He wants to kill her, right? Ma'asa, her nephew, he took the Ketubah and he ripped the Ketubah. Now he goes to Biden. Your Honor, the Rabbanim, my wife, she betrayed me. She went behind my back. Excuse me, with the Ketubah. Tavit Ketubah Maher. He goes, check. I don't see no Ketubah. What can you do? Go jump in the lake. My Rabbi Yisai, the Luchot was kind of Ketubah between Am Yisrael and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ma asa Moshe Rabbeinu? לקחת כתובה, מה קרה? עכשיו, what happened? זה קלה, שהוא קלה. יש לך כתובה, אין כתובה, כתובה לצרעות. That's Moshe Rabbeinu. אומר הנביא, ומי יודע פשר דבר? Who is like Moshe Rabbeinu that knows how to bring pshara, peaceful between Am Yisrael and HaKadosh Baruch Hu? חזק וברוך.